What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Heaven 17, and we're returning to the 1984 album How Men Are. And the next track is Shame is on the Rocks. I'm amused by the phrase. I wonder whether we're referring to on the rocks in the alcoholic drink capacity, the idea of having ice in your glass, but at the same time, I feel like that may mean that if you are indulging, or perhaps even better, wallowing in drink, then perhaps it's because you're embarrassed, you're ashamed, you're in a position or in a way that is reflective of bad events or heartbreaking circumstances that have transpired. Of course, there could be more of a visual reference and outside of the idea of a drink on the rocks, but yeah, my initial inclination is to think about the common phrase, or I don't know if you'd call it a metaphor, but the way a drink is ordered in that fashion, but relating to what that means, you know, if you're continually indulging in that, or that is where you are both, you know, physically, cognitively, but also more importantly psycho-emotionally. So that's what I'm thinking in advance. It'll probably have nothing to do with any of that. Let's give it a listen. This is Heaven 17. The track is Shame is on the Rocks, and it's from their 1984 album How Men Are.
Shame is on the rocks.
Guess who's walking in your tracks? Forcing you to reenact. No one's safe when shame is on the rocks.
Shame is on the rocks.
There's no faith when shame is on the rocks.
Shame is on the rocks.
Bow your head, you'll hear his call.
Hear his call.
It's such a shame for one so tall. No one's safe when shame is on the rocks.
Shame is on the rocks.
There's no faith when shame is on the rocks.
Shame is on the rocks.
Slower than the second coming, it will happen all the same. Knowing why the spirit's broken. There's no answer, it's too late.
It's too late.
On the rocks or take it straight. No one's safe when shame is on the rocks.
Shame is on the rocks.
There's no faith when shame is on the rocks.
Shame is on the rocks.
Slower than the second coming, it will happen all the same. Knowing why the spirit's broken. There's no answer, it's too late.
It's too late.
On the rocks or take it straight.
It's too late.
Shame is the one with power in his hand, that he waits without a plan, but no one came. It's such a shame. It's the same for you.
What a fascinating and very compelling tune. I should start lyrically because I have a lot to say, but sonically, I was thinking right there at the end. Like at the very beginning, it's like, oh, like this could sound like a Human League song. Like again, this is multiple years after the split, but it felt like if you heard Oki's voice come in right there, it would not have been a surprise. The more it went along, the more, again, there were some funky elements and some aspects which do feel more Heaven 17, but yeah, it's like, it feels like this is a tune that could have been on the other side of this split. In any case, the vocals I enjoyed. Again, there's nothing crazy going on there, but they feel appropriate to the track. There's some, shimmering percussive details, some really cool keyboard runs, including like a, proper, almost like church organ line at the end there, which really stood out, and which may be relevant. And yeah, definitely I like the chronology, the sequencing of the tune. So like, musically, it's in a good place. Again, it's got that mid-'80s synth pop feel to it, which of course is the time, place, and context of its provenance. But lyrically, I'm especially fascinated because at first I was sort of around the edges of it, and I was thinking like, okay, I wondered if this is something interpersonal, but then it's like the more it goes on, I feel like, oh, there's a lot of references here that feel like religious or like spiritual, second coming and, faith and so on. And then it felt like, you know what? It's almost like it's a critique. It's like a philosophical critique, and the idea, because what's the line? Something like, it's taking longer than the second coming, which, like roughly 2,000 years. It's like, damn, it feels like it has been a while. And then it's like, there are no chosen few, and, you'll be left behind. So it's like, oh, and like he doesn't have a master plan. So it feels like it's maybe saying like, you're holding out for something that all evidence would suggest is not happening, or at the very least is not understood in any way that people talk about. And the idea of chosen few, like some different religions do that certainly, but even within, like, let's say a broad Christian umbrella, there are some sects within that umbrella that feel like, well, no, this is the real right way to see it, and unless you do this, or unless you psychologically, spiritually commit to this, then you won't be one of the chosen few. You won't be one of the ones, to get into heaven, whatever it is. So it almost feels like it's saying like, hey, what you're thinking and believing, who knows? Maybe it's not happening. Maybe there is no master plan. Maybe there are no chosen few. And maybe this second coming, it's going to be a long wait for a train that doesn't come. So maybe I'm missing that. Maybe that's not what's happening. But those lines seem to accumulate over the course of the tune. It was like, wait a minute, like this feels like it's actually making a philosophical or like philosophical religious sort of point or critique. And then again with like the church organ at the end, all those lyrics running through my head, it's like, oh, is that like a kind of cheeky throw in where it it's sort of drawing upon the musical details that are part of this cultural milieu. So yeah, I don't really know if that's what's happening, but my brain became more and more fascinated as it went along based on some of the phrases and lines that I was hearing. So let me know if I'm mishearing that, and it would not be a surprise. Again, when I do these reactions on a first listen, sometimes I don't hear words right, or sometimes I catch bits and pieces. Sometimes I just hear everything, but I misinterpret it, or I take it in a direction that it is not meant. So yeah, let me know about that. But yeah, sonically and vocally, it's in a good place, and I feel like, as I said, there's a bit of a Human League pedigree in this one, even if, again, it's, multiple years after the split, and with many other Heaven 17 tunes I've heard, which felt less like that, which felt like, oh, this is like soul funk synth pop, where it's, it's really something that I don't recognize in the Human League material. So yeah, that was interesting. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.